Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries, welcome to the Chamber of the Wraith. My name is Barbara, and we're taking a look at another DC Legend here on the, DC Legends Showcase. And who are we looking at today? Well, we're looking at the ultimate, Doomsday. This guy is an energy-type character that requires 90 shards to unlock, which means he's a 4-star monster as soon as you can get him. When you can get him is not known, since, unfortunately, unlike a lot of the majority of the characters, he kind of cycles through the shop at random, which is a bit of an issue. But since I have Doomsday at Legendary, we can talk Doomsday. His whole deal is getting buffs and bringing the pain. He is a one-man army that requires a little bit of startup, but once he gets going, he gets going. And Evolving Strike is the perfect basic for that. Light damage to an enemy, which gives him a strength up, an agility up, and a stamina up. Keep this in mind, every buff Doomsday gives himself is permanent unless purged. The legendary buff gives him 2 of these, meaning he can steamroll twice as fast. This is probably one of the things you should get first for legendary, but the other thing I got is nothing to sneeze at either. Next up is Adaptive Defense. This grants him 3 affinity power-ups, which gives him an overheal if Doomsday has 4+ buffs. So, any character that gives him a single buff for teaming him up with Mera, who gives mends while he is buffing himself, or Star Sapphire, which thus results in him getting that overheal, nothing to sneeze at. Really, really good. He also gains 25% turn meter up and 1 speed up via the Relentless Hate upgrade, which means he could attack faster. Next up is his big attack, Devastator. This is only usable if Doomsday has 8 or more buffs, but it deals heavy damage. And I mean heavy damage. This can cleave through enemies relatively quickly. If a target is killed by Devastator, the cooldown is cut by 3 turns, which means he can use Devastator even sooner, if not immediately. I honestly don't remember if Doomsday has 3 turns of cooldown or not, which is part of why we're doing this series to find out. Being 4-star, his first passive is unlocked from the get-go. Energy Feedback, which is a 49% chance to counter with Evolving Strike if Doomsday has 6 or more buffs. Now, of course, as you can see, the chance is actually closer to 40%, but as time goes on, buffs become a thing, and you can get up to 5 affinity power-ups, meaning that physical enemies better watch out. The legendary upgrade for this is to gain crit immunity and 30% turn meter up whenever Doomsday receives a critical hit, effectively saying, no, you only get to crit me once, pal. And then there's Indestructible, which grants Doomsday 25% health and 4 buffs. I don't know what buff specifically, the first time he's killed in battle. With the legendary upgrade, he gains 5 mends upon revive. He can get up to 8 buffs and heal up to 50% health when he revives. Which means, while he only revives once, he has one of the stronger revives. Pairing this guy up with Grundy is going to be a real pain in the ass. But I have paired him up with a different team. Mostly Metropolis with a little bit of Gotham thrown in for good measure. Let's take him to the arena. More specifically, let's take him to a campaign battle so we can see him steamroll some buffs, which is where I think Doomsday excels. Once Doomsday starts getting going and building up buffs, these PvE things are not going to be a problem because of the waves that you get in order to buff up Doomsday's power. So, fun fact about Doomsday, he is the first character to have killed Doomsday, and that's kind of why he was created in the 90s. And no buffs there, no big deal. Doomsday's main flaw is that he's kind of slow, but already that was light damage, and he's got tons of buffs. Those intelligence ups, they were probably given by Luthor, weren't they? Yeah, because of the thing. So any temporary buffs are obviously going to help Doomsday, but it's all about his permanent buffs, what he brings to his table. that really makes him hurt. Even if intelligence is useless on... Look, we already have Devastator unlocked and ready to go. But we really want to crank up the power with Doomsday, so we're going to save his Devastator attack for Hawkgirl in this one. Nice one, Bane. We'll be talking about Luthor soon enough. By the way, if you guys have any suggestions for heroes or villains in DC Legends that you want me to cover, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'm always happy to take requests so that I can figure out what people want me to talk about. The only rule is that I have to have them at 5 stars, but I will consider anyone. So, if let's say you suggest to me Tim Drake, who I don't actually have, I would unfortunately have to suggest someone else. But if you do have anybody that's at 5 stars, that I have at 5 stars, I will cover them. Save for one character, but that's because I'm saving her for dead last. That being Batgirl Burnside, because... no. If they want me to play Babs, they are gonna have to put the real Oracle in here. Wheelchair and all. But that's neither here nor there. There's lots of characters here that I like, that I find interesting, so... like Silver Banshee, who is also on the list. But I might wait on her a little bit, because there's a rumor she's gonna get a rework in January. Which, if she does, you know... there's no reason for me to talk about her if she doesn't have said rework done. Oh. Excuse me? Oh. Did the refresh kick in? Yeah, okay, the refresh kicked in. That's what was going on there. I was like, why did it suddenly freeze? Perfect timing. We get to talk about the calendar, at least. Okay, Silver Banshee gets stunned, and it's time for the Devastator. Take note of all the buffs that we have. Affinity power up, stamina up, agility up, strength up. Galore. Let's see how much damage this does to Hawkgirl. 5,734. And that's with a modest amount of buffs. I've seen him do easily triple that when allowed to steamroll properly. I mean, yeah. And then we stun Hawkgirl. Revenge! Oh, no stun this time. But she stuns Bane. Rude. Just keep mollywopping. We don't have to worry about these manhunters. They're basically chump change. And there we go. There's a counterattack. So that's more buffs because of the counterattack. So I didn't even see how many turns of cooldown there was, but one turn did go by. So we'll see shortly. Okay. I think it actually is 3 turns, which means it's immediate. He immediately gets access to it. If he kills someone with Devastator, which is a little bit scary. Let's finish this. And Bane can get the glory. Kind of wish there was a way to do, like, grabs so that we can see the backbreaker on Bane, but that's neither here nor there. Just a fun little sample of what Doomsday brings to the table, featuring the login reward calendar. I think I have to leave and come back for that. But that's Doomsday, effectively. He's big, he hurts, he deals lots of damage, but he does require multiple buffs and is quite slow. So he's not the greatest for PvP, but if you are having a tough time with an event and he is available for use, I'd suggest having a look at Doomsday in your back pocket, just in case. You never know what kind of damage the ultimate will bring. that is going to do it for this episode. Don't forget to be awesome, my friends, and we'll see you guys on the other side.